Namaste, Mama.
Namaste, Shobhu. Namaste, Akka.
நமஸ்தே குமார்.
தீபாவளி பட்டாசுலாம் வெடிச்சுட்டு இருக்கா வெளியில? எனக்கு ஒன்றும் சத்தம் கேட்கலையே, அதனால கேட்டேன்.
இப்போ இல்ல.
Thankfully.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Start with 3 ohms. Please take a deep breath. Namaste. Prabhakam, Namo Namaha, depending on where you are.
Namaste.
Namaste. Welcome back, Sundar. Welcome back, Chandar.
Namaste, Kumarji.
Namaste. I'm assuming that it is Suja is Sujata, or maybe Sujata Puganati. I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Sujata.
okay. So you're attending every week?
Not consistently, but I'm trying my best.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. What are you, Sujata? Are you a doctor?
I am a software developer in
Oh.
Maryland,
Oh,
close
like
to
many of us.
Rajendra.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we started on Vibhuti Pada a few weeks back. Vibhuti standing for Visesha Anubhuti. Anubhuti means experience. Visesha, that we, the first two letters, VI or V in Sanskritam or Tamil, whatever. So Visesha experiences, special experiences. So far we have seen what is dharana, what is dhyana, and what is samadhi. And then we saw the dharana, dhyana, samadhi. And then he gave a new definition for the three aspects, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, as samyama. That's what he says as trayat. Okay, the threefold aspect. Where in the dharana you place a question or the point of focus of the question. In dhyana you let go, and then in the samadhi state the answer comes back as a experience, a reflection, because everything happens in the same chitta. It's not like it is going to come outside of you. And then he also says, although this is the Antaranga Yoga, because we saw the Bahiranga Yoga, the first 5 things, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, and Pratyahara. We saw all those 5 being labeled as Bahiranga Yoga. We explained all that, why it is called Bahiranga Yoga. Although some of them like Pratyahara is all inside, it is not related to the mind. Whereas Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, all 3 of them are related directly to the mind. Not only the mind, and also a mind that is beyond the mind, really speaking. So that's why it is called Antaranga Yoga. But even this, he says, is external to Nirbija Samadhi. So in the Nirbija Samadhi state, before we get to that, he has explained the 3 states of Samadhi, pretty much renaming the 3 states, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, as Samadhi as Nirodha Parinamaha, where everything comes to a rest, and then Samadhi Parinamaha, where the dhyana part, where you are letting go, and then the Ekagrata Parinamaha, that is the final Samadhi state. Parinama is result or change, transformation. Those are the meanings for that. So here the closest probably would be the result. The result is, in the first one, Nirodha Parinamaha is, Nirodha is you are unaffected by the thoughts. In the second one, Samadhi Parinamaha is the thoughts have come to a complete rest. Everything has been let go. Ekagrata Parinamaha is the total experience of the Samadhi, the experience of what the divine connectivity and answer that you get back. So we saw all that, and then from there we I think we finished with 14. That's what I think.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we stopped at 14, where we said 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 is pretty much explaining the characteristics of the Samadhi Parinama, the experience of Samadhi Parinama. What are the characteristics? And that's why in the first, in this Sutra number 13, he is talking about the 3 characteristics, the 3 aspects. of Samadhi Parinamaha, that is Dharma, Lakshana and Avastha. So Dharma is the characteristic of the Parinama, of the Samadhi. Lakshana are the indicators of the Samadhi, and Avastha is the state, whatever state of the Parinama. So those three form the are the characteristics of Samadhi Parinama. So we took an example as last week, and we looked at all that. And then in Sutra 14, he says, from that Shanta Udita Avyapadeshya Dharma Anupati Dharmi. So Shanta Udita means from the deep peace, the bliss, the peace that occurs in Samadhi. Udita means arises out of that. What arises out of that? Avyapadeshya means indescribable. Indescribable dharma. The dharmic aspect arises in indescribable. That's why he has put that word, because we cannot describe it. It is so dharmic. You have asked a question and the answer comes back, which is so dharmic. You cannot refute it. And a person who follows Anupati follows, is a dharmi. A person completely who follows this cosmic flow, the answer, without wavering. We saw all that last week. So we'll move on to the next one. Krama anyatvam parinama anyatve hetuhu. This hetuhu we have seen many times. Hetuhu means cause. Right? I don't know if any of you remember this. Hetuhu means cause. Anyatvam, it comes from anya. Anya means, in Tamil also we have this, anyan. It means different, not this person or not this thing, something else, right? Anyatvam. Krama anyatvam. Krama means sequence. That's why you say in what is this? We say karya kramaha. Karya kramaha, they will say karya krama. So kramaha means a list of things or a sequence in Sanskritam. Kramaha anyatvam parinama anyatve hetuhu. Parinama here is result. When you place a question and the sequence is different or the focus is different, you place the same question. Sundar places the question and I also place the question. But our focus on the question, let us say, is different, then the answer also will be different. That's what it is saying. With me, people?
Yes, Kumarji.
For an example, let us say an accident happened on the street. So both of us are doing doing samyama, myself and Sundar. And Sundar, while doing the parinama, both of us are asking, what is this accident? Let us say, that is the question. But his focus is on what car? That is his focus. What car was involved in this accident? So he will get back an answer saying BMW. Whereas, let us say my focus is on what is the age of the person who was there, a person who was injured. Then I will get a feedback. I will get an answer back saying no one was injured or there was a minor injury. Do you understand? This is what the sutra is saying.
Yes.
Depending on your focus, the answer here there are, he is actually saying it as sequence will be different. So that's why sometimes one has to do repeated, it's an iterative process. So repeatedly you have to do samyama to get the complete answer. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Parinama traya. Traya means three, the threefold thing. What is the threefold thing? Dharana dhyana samadhi.
Dharana dhyana samadhi.
Okay. Traya samyamat. Atita anagata jnanam. Jnanam. Sorry. Jnanam. Parinama traya samyamat. Atita anagata jnanam. Atita means past. That which is past. Anagata means future. So here he is actually referring to, when he says Traya Samyamat, he is not really referring to Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. He is really referring to the Dharma Lakshana Avastha. So you have already done the Samyama, Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. And in that you got back an answer. Now you are doing a further samyama on the result. Excuse me. On the result, which is the parinama traya samyamat. On the result, you do again a samyama. That is, you are doing a samyama on the dharana, on the dharma lakshana avastha. Then you can get information about the past and future of the of whatever answer you received. See, it is interesting here. You must also read the notes of Dr. Rajan. I don't know how many of you are doing that. He has this, if you look at this, if you look at the last line here, the result of the threefold samyama unfolds knowledge of the past and future. Okay, so that is the notes he has given. And then if you go down on that, because there is a what is it called? It's not called prefix, it's not called suffix. What is it called? The number on the top. I don't know what, can't remember what it is called suddenly. Okay, so if you look at this number threefold, on threefold has got a number 21 on the top. If you look at the explanation for 21 at the bottom, you will see we spoke about how Vyasa has written a bhashya for this, correct? So in Vyasa's bhashya, Vyasa notes the threefold as related to the samyama of dharana dhyana samadhi. That's what Vyasa is saying. Although most authors associate it with dharma lakshana avastha. And Dr. Rajan is saying the later dharma lakshana avastha seems more correct in this context. Okay. Although Vyasa has said dharma samyama and dharana dhyana samadhi, Dr. Rajan is agreeing more with the dharma lakshana avastha because it is a iterative process. But so this is what he's saying. Not on the original one, but on the result that has come back, you're doing a samyama. With me?
Yes.
So please read his notes also, and whenever there is a number, there will be footnotes at the bottom. So you must read that too. There's a lot of information on the footnotes. So far, we have covered 21 footnotes. So please go back and look at all the earlier footnotes. whenever you get a chance. So is this clear? So this is really unfolding of dharma in Sabija Samadhi. That's what he has given here, because we are starting with a question, which is the seed, which is the bija. Bija means seed. We'll move on to the next sutra, 317. Shabda artha pratyayanam pratyayanam itaretra adhyasat sankrastat pravibhaga samyamat sarvabhuta jnanam. Sarvabhuta rita jnanam, I think. Rita. Sarvabhuta, let us see. Sarvabhuta rita jnanam. Rita jnanam. Sarvabhuta rita jnanam. In English, I think it is not right. That R is missing. Rita jnanam in the transliteration. If you look at the Sanskritam and then the next page. Let's move on to the next page. Last but one word, if you look at it, is Rutta. Okay. So Shabda is sound. Artha is meaning. Pratyayanam means to how you understand it, how it reflects inside you. That is, the result has come back and how it is reflecting inside you. Itaretra adhyasat. Itaretra adhyasat, it means to understand it in a discrete manner. To understand whatever has come back in a discrete manner. Rutta means sound or language or cry of, basically, animals, birds, all that. So Sarvabhuta jnana means the sound or language of cry of animals, of the entire animal kingdom, all that is there in this universe. So all kinds of people, all kinds of sounds that people or animals make. Okay. So what is basically saying here is all kinds of sounds that people or animals make. You can have that knowledge. You can have the knowledge of all that. So basically, this sutra is telling you how through this samyama process of a very subtle kind, a person can know all languages, can understand different languages and means of sound communication, whether it animals, human beings, etc. Any kind of sounds also you can understand the meaning. Even a sound from an animal, you can understand why it is making that sound, what it is trying to convey. Everyone is quiet. This is making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is understand from Sutra 17. We are starting on Siddhis, special ability from Sutra. Actually, it started at 13. 13 through 49 are all Siddhis, special experiences that we are talking about. That's why in Sutra 16, we said you can have the knowledge of past and future. And right?
Yes.
Atita anagata. Anagata jnanam, we said. So you can get past knowledge of the past and the future of a particular event. So actually it started from there. So up to 49, we are going to see various special abilities the person might get. So the way Sutra 17 you have to understand is I don't know how many of you remember, there was a movie called Dr. Dolittle. Eddie Murphy acted as Dr. Dolittle. I think the movie came, I made a note here. Yeah,
Yeah,
1998.
There is a new one as well.
That is what?
There is a new one, Dr. Dolittle too.
Oh, there is a new one. Okay. I'm still talking about the old one. 1998, I think it came. Eddie Murphy acted in it. Who acts in the new one?
No, I don't know the name.
Okay.
But it's the same thing. He can talk to animals and.
So if you look at the old one, he gets the ability after, I think he had a fall or something when he was young, some accident, some kind of an accident. He met with some kind of an accident that triggered this ability in him. Go back a few weeks back and we discussed, when we started this chapter, this pada, we spoke about, I mentioned to you about Nambungal Narayana, how he fell down from stairs, and then from that time onwards, he got this ESP, extrasensory perception. This is, all these siddhis are all extrasensory perceptions. Right? Which you and I cannot sense. Normal people cannot sense. It is only some special ability that comes to only certain set of people. And you have to.
Question, Kumarji,
Yes.
the samyama process which is more, I thought is anyone as they evolve into this practice can get into that ability, right? Once they have the connectivity, whereas the siddhi is a kind of a fixed state, meaning it's a binary, either given or not, right? To fulfill that's how I mapped it.
Yeah, siddhis actually happen on the way to samadhi.
Oh, really? Okay.
So these can occur to you on the way to the samadhi state. So that is why many people get distracted by this siddhi state. Then you start feeling, oh, I have this ability by which I can. I saw one video a few weeks back, somebody sent it to me, where a young fellow, must be in his late 20s or something, like he is flying. Whether it was photoshopped or not, I don't know. It didn't look like, from the reaction of the people who were there. I don't know if I forwarded to anybody or not. I'll look for it if I still have it.
Interesting.
Some Telugu person, I think. That's what I recall.
No, he's from Tamil Nadu.
Oh, Tamil Nadu? Okay. It
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right, but the question is like, he's a musician too. Like.
Oh,
so
you sent it to me?
I sent it to you. Right.
Yeah. Now I recall. You asked me some questions also.
Right. My question was, is it like siddhi or is it like magic part? See, that's the confusing. Like, even magicians does some things which we cannot understand.
No, magic by and large, is a sleight of the hand. Even the topmost magician, if you ask, I mean, after they retire and all that, they will tell you that it is mostly it is trickery, deceiving. They are very, very quick with their hands. That is why they will have a screen, they have this, they have all those arrangements. They will never do it without any of those props, correct?
Yes.
So that's why we call it magic. So setting aside magic for a moment, if this video was photoshopped or video shopped, then we call it magic. If not, it is a siddhi. Yeah, Sundar was asking question whether so siddhis
the question, the first 16 we talked about that the 3, right, where it gives you the ability to understand the past and future.
Yeah.
I thought that's sometimes Dr. Narayanan goes through, the samyama.
Yes.
When someone is asking a question, even I was witnessing
Yes.
Friday evening, someone asked him a question about, is my mantra working?
Mm.
He did that samyama.
Mm.
And then he said, are you practicing it regularly? And he said, every day
Mm.
from the time you gave.
Mm.
And then he went again. For some reason, it stopped working from yesterday. He was very clear on that.
Okay.
And why did this question came? That was his question, right? To understand it deeper. He said, no, it was just a validation. That's what it is. And then he said, during COVID days, I stopped a few days. And then he immediately, stopped in. You are contradicting yourself. I asked you. So, it was about the classes start. So he said, we'll take it offline. But that is what I thought the samyama, which is giving him that answer, right? For that question.
Yes.
So that's is that a siddhi, or it's that Narayan practice with this connectivity, with this dharana dhyana samadhi, is able to get that. That is where I got stuck.
Oh, so you're asking whether dharana dhyana samadhi itself is a siddhi.
Yeah.
I would say it is a very high level siddhi.
Okay.
Very high level siddhi. Siddhi of the highest kind. To be
Okay.
able to connect and to place a question and get back the answer. Yes. Although it is not listed here as a siddhi. No. The past and future is explained as a siddhi. But,
Okay, got it.
but yeah.
Thank you.
Because here he is saying even for the past and future, you should have that basic ability to do the dhyana dharana samadhi, right? He's saying you must have that ability.
Yes.
But other siddhis could be on the way to the samadhi. That's why people get distracted with these special abilities and they don't go further. That's what I was about to say. And they stop and they don't proceed further in their spiritual journey. So it can be quite distracting because the moment you are able to experience some of these things which are not in the domain of science and technology, completely out of body experience and things like that, you can get distracted completely.
Sure. Yeah.
So, that is a warning here, not to get distracted. And also this past and future that we discussed, that ability, not everyone is going to get. So it will be given only to those people to whom it is necessary. Who thinks that is necessary? The cosmic flow. And the cosmic flow thinks it is necessary that Sundar should have it, Sundar will have it. Otherwise, he's not going to have it. So that's why you're saying it is special ability. It has to be given. Yeah, you do certain practices, yes, but it finally has to be given. So the special abilities come to us only as needed to fulfill the purpose of your dharma. That's all. So that's why you should never get carried away with any of these siddhis, these special abilities. You are still the same person. You are not anything different. You should not think very high of yourself. So, and why is Patanjali stating all these things? Although this has nothing to do with your the final state of samadhi and things like that, right? These are all experiences. He is saying all these things here. He is devoted almost 30 sutras or more, 35 sutras, is because he does not want you to get distracted by all these things. You may get all these abilities, but it is still not samadhi. It is still not, you are still not got to a point where you can stop. You still have to go further. So that's why he is giving all these sutras here. I mean, and he has not listed all the special abilities. He has listed many. There are still some sutras which he has not listed. Still some abilities, siddhis that he has not listed. Okay. On that note, let us move on. We finished with 317. Let's move on to 318. Sanskara sakshat karanat purva jati jnanam. Purva jati jnanam. Sanskara sakshat. The sanskara is all the programs, activations, and all that is all the programs inside you is sanskara. Sanskara. That is sanskara. So all the programs that are inside you. Karanat means sakshat means that sakshatkara anubhava, we say. Right? That is that which is absolutely real to you, that which happens to you, your own personal experience. That is what it's sakshat. Sakshat. Karanat is instrument. Treating oneself as an instrument. Purva jati jnanam. Purva jati. Jati is, purva is previous. Purva is previous. Jati is, what is jati? We already said jati is not caste. What do we say for jati?
The environment
Yes,
in which you are born.
yes. The birth conditions.
The birth.
You're in the family that you are born, the time you are born, the place in which you are born, the characteristics with which you are born. All these things really mean the jati. It has nothing to do with caste. Caste is low level understanding. People have split it, made it into caste. So, so by tuning into these programs, into the samskaras, and viewing oneself as an instrument, that is why he says karanat. Seeing yourself only as an instrument of the cosmic flow, not being attached to anything. Wherever you are, and wherever you are focusing on, that way you can know the previous birth conditions, previous births, pretty much the past, right?
The example they give for that is the kamal, the lotus flower. They give that as an example. Even the flower comes as part of mud. It doesn't get the surrounding affected its fragrance. So they'll say, like, basically that's the detachment they talk about.
Yeah.
It won't get affected or influenced by the surrounding.
See, you can only be an instrument of the cosmic flow when you are detached. Otherwise, it is not possible. There has to be some sense of detachment. In Tamil, I say ishal. As long as you are doing, as long as like a glue, you are stuck into the family, it is hard, very, very hard. Pratyayasya parachitta jnanam. So let's see what this one is. Parachitta. So he's saying here, pratyayasya, by reflection, by reflecting. By reflecting, what can you do? Para means different, someone else. Just like anya, okay? Para is different. Para chitta means a different chitta. This is my chitta. Para chitta is my sister's chitta, Sundar's chitta, Gandhi's chitta. So by reflecting, I can get the understanding of the parachitta. Another chitta I can understand what the other person is thinking, or the lakshana, the characteristics of the other person I can understand. Like Dr. Rajan, he just one look at the person, he can tell you the characteristics of the person. Or at least he will know straight away whether this person can be trusted or not. Whether this person will speak the truth most of the times, if he is truthful. So he immediately can look at all those things, all those indicators he will have right in front of him, just like a dashboard. With me?
Yes, Kumarji.
Yes.
So it is possible to get into the chitta of the other person. See, we are all linked together. So, but you have to be very careful. When somebody is saying, I can read your mind, be very careful. Don't just fall into that pit. Don't just go and fall into the bait. A person who can read your mind will never come and tell you, I can read your mind. Or a person who is going to do this for money, you better not get there.
We used to call it like Kanika to Vidya. Like these guys used to come home and cheat people.
So anything, where they want to make money out of their siddhis, be very, very careful. So, so that's what it is saying, that there are people with that kind of ability where they can look at the chitta of the other person and know their characteristics. So these are all special abilities. Please understand that these are all special abilities. I have to keep reminding you that these are all special abilities and are given based on the requirement of the cosmos. Nacha tat alambanam tasya avishay bhutatvat. Alambana means where it rests. Na cha tat means, na means no. This, what is it resting? What we are calling as resting, but not also that. That is the tat is that where the chitta rests on, where the chitta is resting. Tasya avishay bhutatvat. Tasya is of that. Avishay is nothing in it. There is nothing in it. There are no programs in it. Bhutatvat is the root source. The root source. So what it is, what the sutra is really saying is, although I can get into the chitta, this, the sutra is related to the previous sutra, obviously. Although I may be able to get into the chitta of the other person, I can never be able to understand or get knowledge about the source from where this is all coming from. Meaning I can never understand the unmanifest divine. That's what it is saying.
Salambanam. No, என்ன சொன்ன? What is salam?
Where it rests, where it rests. Resting, where it is resting, where it rests. What is where it rests? The chitta, where it rests.
Correct. Okay.
That's what, if you look at his notes, the fourth line, no, not the fourth line. The third, yeah, fourth line, but not the support, because of its imperceptible content is created. This is not very clear what is given here.
Not clear.
No, whatever is something is the root cause of any program, indeed, that everything relies on in the final state of connectivity with God. Everything relies on the final connectivity God. In other words, you cannot know the root of where it is all coming from. That's what I said there. Where the chitta, why the chitta is getting that is all coming from somewhere, from the unmanifest divine. The root of that we cannot understand. Even though we can get to understand the nature of the chitta, but the source of that we cannot understand.
That will become pride, right? Then if I cannot recognize, then I'll think that it's my ability. If I don't know the source, I'll think it's my ability. I got it, I figured out, and I learned it. That will become like pride or proud. It makes me proud.
Yeah, at lower levels, that's what people will do. That is why siddhis are always with a warning, comes with a warning. This is given to you for special reasons, not for you to go and flaunt. I am a special person kind of thing. Not for you to flaunt.
It's also not like, for example, like I have some A's, Siddhi A, but I am looking for Siddhi B. Then I won't recognize Siddhi A, in the sense like, even though I have that ability or like something good I can utilize for some community, I'll be looking for something else. It's a possibility.
That's what I'm saying, Gandhi. As long as you're
attached, not
you are
attached.
riding on the abhinivesha, that I am the doer of, I am the doer. I am getting this special ability because of my sadhana. As long as you're riding on that, it the same problem you will have. Yes. Because the mind is going to take you for a ride. Okay, all right. Where were we? We're in Sutta 320. So moving on to the next one. See, these are all one-line sutras, one-line statements. Meaning, these have to be really experienced. So I am just giving you the meaning of each sutra. I have not experienced many of these things. So that's why there's difficulty in giving examples too, because these are so experiential things. We'll move on to the next one. Kaya Rupa Samyamat Tat Grahya Shakti Stambe Chakshuhu Prakasha Asamprayoge. Asamprayoge Antardan. I missed that word. Antardan. Yes. So Kaya Rupa. Kaya means physical body. Rupa is form, the physical form of the body. Samyamat, we know, focusing on the threefold. When we do a samyamat on the physical body, Tad Grahya Shakti Stambe. What happens is when you do a samyama on the physical body form, and that energy, that's what is the Shakti. Shakti is energy. Energy stambe. Stambichu board in Tamil is a stambichu board. That is, you become still, or in this case, holding that energy. Holding. Stambe is also holding. Stamba. Stambe means holding. So if you are focusing on a physical body, and then whatever is the energy that binds it, you hold it still. That's what is stambe. Then whatever light, chakshuhu prakasha. Chakshuhu is eyes. Prakasha is light. When you hold that light, then whatever light that reflects into the eyes, that light can be made unworkable. Then it results in disappearance. What he is really talking about is that a person can disappear. See, in Harry Potter movie, that fellow will wear a cloak and then you cannot see him, right? This is called the cloaking technology. So this is an ability by which you can disappear. Others will not be able to see you.
So in 321, is he talking about one of the Siddhi style?
320 or 321?
321, right? Kaya
Yeah,
Roop.
yeah, he's another Siddhi. This is a Siddhi where you can disappear and not be seen by others. So you can, in modern day, what they have done, if you look at any US Air Force or whatever, all defense people, they try to manufacture fighter planes and bombers, etc., which cannot be detected by the radar of the enemy country. So, for all practical purposes, it is as if this fighter plane is wearing a cloak, invisible to the radar invisible to the eyes, the electronic eyes of the other country. With me? I mean, you can relate to that. You can relate to that.
But
So
there we know the technology, right? We know the reason and why it's not visible.
huh? What are you saying?
In stealth plane, we know the technology why it's not visible.
Yes.
But in this case, it's like in Siddhi.
No, I'm just saying,
Right.
just like a plane becomes invisible, you can also become invisible. That's all I'm saying to others. See, how are you able to see me?
Because of light.
Because of light. And I'm emitting some energy, and your eyes are picking up that energy, and you're able to. If I block it off, if I block
Becoming
off,
invisible.
if I block off the energy, the energy that I am sending, and if I block off the energy with which you are trying to grab that, if I block off all that, I will not be visible, right? I will not be visible. That does not mean I am not present. There are two different things. I'm still present, but you cannot see me. I have pretty much blinded you, right?
In Microsoft Teams, it's fascinating. Now they have that make me invisible as an option.
What
So
they have?
make me invisible.
Okay, make
So
me
you-
invisible.
I think
Yeah. Even in
anything-
Google, that in the browser, you can go into, what is that called?
Oh, that's an incognito.
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 Yeah, this one was, I was just. when
Yeah,
you
I
were
have also seen
explaining
this
that-
invisible thing. Yes, I have heard. I've read
So
somewhere about
if
Microsoft.
10 people are in this call, by default, everyone get to see at least your name, right? But
Yeah.
that will completely take you off.
Yeah. It's
It's
like
like
in
that.
WhatsApp, you can set off the, you can turn off the status. So people don't know whether you have read the message or not. Smart people, they set it, they mean smart meaning, materially smart people. They will set it off so that even if I send an important message, they would have read it, but they don't want to answer. So I would not know whether they have read the message or not. Otherwise, it will come with blue ticks. 2 blue ticks will be there. So I know that they have read the message. If the blue tick is not coming, then I don't know whether they have read the message or not. So that's another cloaking technology.
What is mesmerism then? Mesmerism is connected with this? No. People mesmerize.
You mean hypnotize or mesmerize?
No, mesmerism is
Mesmerism.
I don't know, but I think mesmerism is also.
it's a mind reading technique, another kind of mind reading
Mind
technique.
reading.
People get mesmerized. They make the whole aeroplane disappear in front of you. That kind of magic. They mesmerize the whole crowd.
I don't know. I have not undergone that, so I'm not able to say.
But
I've
they
read-
will be visible, I think. But they will be visible. They will make others.
No, it's not that. It's not that they make. They will make an object not visible to others. You are, like you said, you are able to. There is a plane flying, and suddenly the 100 people who are there will not be able to see the plane flying. So the plane is still there. It is still flying. Only thing is you are not able to see it. Something like that. I don't know. It seems like whatever the cloaking technology we are talking about, I don't know what that mesmerism is, what really it does. So on that note, let us stop here. It is 6:57. So we'll start with 322 next week. Hopefully we can go a good part next week, right up to. This is a small chapter, only about 51 sutras. But these are all very nice and very interesting siddhis. On that note, let us end the session. Namaste. We'll see you next Sunday.
Namaste.
And
Namaste.
Tuesday we
Thank
will
you.
have the tutorial. Tuesday we have the tutorial.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.